Welcome back, guys, to Season 2 of the Universal Open, presented by Brisk and 7-Eleven. It's time for our third game of the day now, and it's going to be Evil Geniuses taking on Ducks on Quack. Now, I had to be very careful of that, and you can see I actually drew a little duck next to on my card there.
You did?
That's a nice thing for you all to know, the secrets of the trade. But EG, I mean, what else can we say about this team? Very established team in the Rocket League scene. Very, very successful team. Ducks on Quack, we don't know a lot about. What can you tell us about these, Shuggy?
Jeez, what can we tell us about these guys?
The
worst thing.
I'm the desk host here, Shogun. What can you tell us about these guys?
You're challenging me here.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay, well, as we can see, Ducks on Quack are represented by Virus Comp and Alpha Cap. Now, Alpha Cap, one of the OGs, he's a SART BC guy. We don't know this, but he very well could be.
Are you making up background stories?
No,
I respect it.
Because
I'm
Alpha
getting there. Now, he is the player that invented the aerial.
Achieves, what can you tell us about these guys?
No, about Ducks on Quack. Not really too much. Nothing. I got nothing for you, boss.
I feel like mine was better.
I'm going to say, at least Shogun tried to make some stuff up and just kind of be like, yeah, he's
Look,
actually...
I get accused of making everything up, so I might as well really commit.
Just embrace that, yeah. Mate, you own that, Shogi. You go,
Yes.
buddy. You go.
We didn't even know Boost was on there until Virus started playing, and then he was just like, yo, guys, what's this red thing?
He was the first. He scored the first ever goal on Rocket League. That's all we know about him. But Evil Geniuses, obviously, us guys know about them quite.
Yeah.
Their background, their story so far, but maybe for some of the players, some of the people at home who are watching for the first time, break down this Evil Geniuses team, who we've got on this, representing them on this 2v2, and what they bring to the table.
Shogun, do you want to do this one? Do you want to?
Oh, you're gonna trust me with this
The thing
one.
is, I don't know if he's going to be honest here or just continue owning this made-up
I've got you boys
background
at this
set
point.
of facts.
Honestly, I think you're actually going to really enjoy this one, especially Corrupted G. He's very much he's sort of known as sort of a shooties player, but he's very much evolved beyond that recently. He was one of the I believe he was the highest scoring North American player back in season 3, or was it it was season 4. It was season 4. He was the goal scoring MVP. So he's definitely a player with high scoring acumen. That's something that you need on here. Classics. He might be the most rough and tumble player in the history. You think that Seoul Esports like bumps? They are mere rookies to Classics. That is.
This man's got scars.
He will
Honestly,
bear hug a team into a defeat.
He really will. Classics definitely likes to get up in your face. He also drives around in a Dominus, so I love that. Yeah, Corrupted G, everyone's favorite pirate hat wearing guy. So a lot of fun to see him drive around the pitch. Classics. Yeah, expect a lot of demos. A lot of half volleys from midfield. He'll like to take a lot of long shots and really test the defense on.
Yes, I think it's going to be a real big question towards Ducks about whether or not they can really handle the pressure, because it's not going to be what we saw for the first 4 games when we have been watching FlyQuest, where they're trying to create one great opportunity. Evil Geniuses, they're going to probably... I wouldn't be surprised if we see them within 10s, maybe more shots per game for most of these, because they're just going to keep shooting. I think the stat itself is going to be pretty useless, but it is going to be them basically just going, save this, save this, save this, save this. You can save that one. Yeah. And then they're going to get themselves a goal.
As soon as you said the pirate hat wearing thing,
you knew exactly what it was.
It took me back to London. And all I could slowly hear the Pirates of the Caribbean theme starting up again in the background.
It's
so,
a treat, dude.
I mean, Team 104 again, hashtag Team 104, just shout out to those guys. But obviously, if you have missed it, if you've been with us the whole time as well, and thank you for being here, the announcement of a $1 million prize pool for Season 6 of the RLCS, so we're all very excited about that one. But, we talk about Ducks on Quack. We don't know a lot about them. We've said this before, though, about a few players. This is the old, that's who we are. And they'll give us a little introduction to what they can do on the field, the opportunity to do so anyway. Yeah. So a chance for these two guys here to make more of a name for themselves than we've made up for them would be the best way to put it.
I mean, I don't think they can do anything better than what I've already given them.
That's true.
Oh, that's right. They invented the aerial.
They have invented things.
Well, here we go. Game number 1 is about to get underway, gentlemen. I'm going to throw it over to you as Evil Geniuses taking on Ducks on Quack.
Well, Ducks on Quack are going to be trying to invent a way around Evil Geniuses in this series. Got a lot of work to do, however, as this is one of the best teams out there. Alpha gonna try and get it straight past.
Okay,
Alpha. I know who you are now.
He's an ESL monthly champion, Shogun.
I'm an ESL monthly elite.
Automatically proving himself a more superior player.
He's way better than I am. Let's
It was a pretty clean shot, though.
That's about, 95% of this entire tournament, including the open qualifiers.
Shogun, have I ever told you how much I appreciate you?
Oh, I appreciate that pass even more. I assume you appreciate me as much as Classics would appreciate this phenomenal pass from Corrupted G.
Yeah, wasn't even really a bad touch from Relly there. Got it out to the corner, maybe a little bit out, not quite against the wall, and a pretty easy pass. But Corrupted G, I mean, there was no chance on defense there.
It's really hard because you've got to basically predict. You have to pre-jump. Whenever you see the infield pass, you're more or less always pre-jumping, depending on your position. Corrupted G, the flick up. Really just trying to find a way out. Classics, another shot taken from him, and it looks like Evil Genius is starting to ramp up now. Those shots are beginning to happen. And whilst I was talking about it earlier, Classics just goes for a fight in the corner. Rally. Up high, he's got Alpha to the side of him, but that is a very long first touch. And Classics' follow-up, though, not good at all. Opens up the space for Alpha. And Classics, he's got to be doing better than that.
So, the best part about why Corrupted G wasn't back is because he actually bumped Relly while he was rotating on offense. And Corrupted G just got punted into the orange net. And, that's the longest drive back in the universe when you're just saying, I need you to clear something and buy me time. And then you see it go off the sidewall and you're like, well, and you just drop the controller.
There's going to be the follow-up shot. Every single time Ducks seem to be getting themselves a lead, it is immediately stolen back from Evil Geniuses. 4 goals with just barely a minute into this first game.
Yeah, it's really been a plenty of back and forth, to say the least, for both of these teams in Classics and Corrupted G. Don't really seem too phased about the goal they just gave up. They're like, hey, we'll go play a kickoff and just win it right back. And that's kind of surprising as well to see Relly and Alpha Kep sort of cruise around the midfield fairly easy as well. I was kind of expecting a bit more pressure.
Well, 4 shots taken so far, 4 goals scored. Defense, as they say, is a crutch.
That's what I say.
You are not wrong so far, as Classics can't quite take the shock there. Alpha. Goes for a little jump, flicking it over the top of Corrupted G, who I don't think ever really took the bait. Now Relly going all the way back. Classics just waiting around, and I think Relly is, he's got a problem there. Oh. Hours. I am afraid of him. Okay, maybe not.
Convinced.
Yeah, this looks like a DC right here. Or at least on our end. The game seems to be playing just fine.
Ooh, pressure.
Corrupted G. Getting straight out. Alpha this time can have plenty of time.
Oh, man. Look at him. He's like, come on, Classics, do something.
I dare you, my friend. I dare you. Straight back out. Corrupted G. Just getting it past his own side. Gonna be yet another clear. It's a very slow-paced first game that we're seeing right now. Neither team really wanting to commit more than one person forward. Then again, after watching Seoul Esports play, I think...
It's pretty easy to say it's slow.
Even a Greyhound would look slow in comparison.
Little double committee here from EG. They're going to have to really get themselves back and sorted. And yeah, you can... the past minute, it's just been this half-hearted offensive push from Relly and Alpha Kep. I think after the initial couple of minutes where there were 4 goals put on the net, and they just give up the ball here.
I think he was not giving it up. I think he just got smacked off it.
Oh, okay.
By Classics.
That's what I get for looking at my notes and looking up.
There is 2 things that you should know that Evil Geniuses are doing. Rotating pretty well and looking to hit something. There's another one. Corrupted G is taking out Relly. Alpha has got it out. It just feels like Ducks are only second away from breaking down. They've got to find some sort of sustained offense. But first, they've got to get themselves out of this hole that they seem to have been dug into. Not a great flick, and Alpha's got to try and get himself back.
Yeah, unfortunate there. They dropped that little cut out to the outside. I don't think it would have mattered. Looked like Corrupted G had it read pretty well. Good challenge against the sidewall, 1-on-1, and Classics just shuts that down.
Classics. Good reposition, actually, from him. There's going to be the long shot. Alpha has got to get there. It's a very loose ball. Now Corrupted G. Infield pass over to Classics. Just a little bit too far.
And that's kind of a little bit more in line with what we expected out of Evil Genius. Hey, save this one. Unfortunately, they both kind of rattle off the bar, and they don't have to worry about it too much.
Classics back out. There's a lot of very loose touches happening right now from Ducks, but it's not their fault. Everything Evil Geniuses are doing is up high. It's very hard to control the ball up there. Really, long clear. I don't think Corrupted G can get it, but the shot is not a target.
Slow.
It was an incredibly slow shot as well. This is a game that really could go to either side. One mistake could make it, or one moment of brilliance.
You know, this game feels like, you know, being what is often described as being a police officer, you know. Hours and hours of boredom, punctuated by moments of intense excitement.
Well, this could be that moment of excitement. Once again, Evil Geniuses, they've hit the top left, they've hit the top right, but they haven't quite hit the target just yet.
Ooh.
And Reddy,
Oh,
he
he
couldn't
dropped it.
quite keep it. It was always running away from him, and the problem with balls like that is you have to go faster, but when you go faster, the ball gets away from you at an even quicker pace.
And he had to make sure Corrupted G went by him. Pass across. Okay, Classics just waits.
Back out. Alpha with the clear, and for the amount of games we've seen today, I believe this might be our first overtime.
Yeah, of the day, yeah, for sure.
Game number 10 giving us our first one. Corrupted G taking his time. I'm taking a bit too much. Relly, he's on low boost, but he's still looking to hound away at this.
Ooh, not a good
Classics,
clear.
I think he might have just baited in Alpha. Relly, he's got to do well. He's at least managed to beat Classics and give his teammates some time. The Evil Geniuses are in no hurry right now.
I know. The funny thing is neither in Relly or in Alpha Cap. They're kind of just like, oh, we have a chance to go on offense here, and they back out of that challenge there. And I have to wonder why. It's like, I don't understand why Relly couldn't challenge that ball, as Alpha Cap was just going to go pick up that midfield boost. And I think it's just both teams saying...
I feel like this actually suits... Like, a fast-paced game, Evil Geniuses take. Every day.
Agreed.
I feel like this slower pace gives Ducks a chance.
Exactly. And I just don't see any reason for either of these teams to slow down, to be honest. Because they're just like, we don't want to make a mistake. Like, neither team wants to, you know, make this poor clear or something like that.
Oh, this is the
might be
chance!
it.
And Ducks! Well, I said the pace would favor them. The less chances would definitely maybe give them a chance. Wow, that was...
Poor clear. Also compounded by the fact Corrupted G spawned on the same side of the ball. And, you know, you put a weak clear like that from Classics directly to the opposition, and it comes back at you the same side. It's a tough play to make. Unfortunately, Corrupted G couldn't get there.
Go Ducks! That's what I have to say right now. Not the result we were expecting from our game number 1, gentlemen. But the Ducks on Quack have managed to take it. I have to be so careful every time I say that. So we're going to just revert to Ducks, for now. But yeah, 3-2 victory for them. A little mistake towards the end that gave them that goal. I don't really know what to say, to be honest with you. I think the best thing for them is the fact that they came out of the gates, got that early goal, and that just gave them so much confidence going into the rest of the game.
Every single time we saw the game pick up, Evil Geniuses started to get some passing plays off and really took the game to Ducks on Quack. But this was a slow-paced game. This was not the pace that Evil Geniuses should be playing this one at, and if they don't up the pace here, they actually... They outclass Ducks. They outclass Ducks in terms of ability, mechanical skill, positioning. But in a slow-paced game, those don't matter as much. If Ducks can maintain this pace somehow, they stand a chance here. But it's all down to Evil Geniuses not recognizing what they're doing wrong.
Yeah, and it was so interesting because, you know, the first 2 minutes of that game, it was, let's go on offense, let's hit the ball towards the net, let's put a ton of shots on net, and it was kind of a fireworks show for that first 90 seconds or so. And then after that, it really just took a nosedive in terms of teams realizing, like, hey, it's tied to the game's reset itself a little bit, and everything just slowed down. And like you said, that really played into the Ducks game. And I don't see any reason here in game number 2 for Classics and Corrupted G to say, like, let's just take it on a dribble, just beat these guys. Because like you said, I think they absolutely can do that if they wanted.
Okay, well, this has made the series very interesting to start with. The game number 2, it's very often that we see after the game number 1, one team win it, and then the next game, the other team comes back and absolutely stomps them. I don't know why it is happening, but it just seems to be a consistent pattern so far in the Universal Open. So, Evil Geniuses, they are down 1-0 at the moment. We are loading into our game number 2, gentlemen, but, I mean, how are AG going to be feeling right now, coming off the back of that?
Disappointed. They should definitely come out of that one feeling disappointed. I mean, when we spoke to Karma a few weeks back, we know that these high-level players, they know when they didn't perform. I mean, we actually looked at it and just went, we didn't really see Karma like really, really underperforming at times during that last day, but Sheaf definitely felt it. If me and Achieves are both going, that's definitely not right, you can guarantee that they have seen it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they definitely understand that. Alpha and Relly, as far as they're concerned, they played a pretty good game. And I think they kind of... You have to wonder if they know what we expect to come out of Evil Geniuses in this next game, you know? Because if they don't expect that, it might get clapped.
Well, let's see what they can do then. Game number 2 is underway in the background. Gentlemen, back over to you.
Well, Evil Genius is going to be starting us one off in the offensive. Alpha, good control, and I think that's one thing that I didn't quite give Ducks the credit they were deserving, is that in defense, they're not really looking all that shaky, at least with the plays out. It was just that the pace of that last game was so weird. Much faster, though, to start this one off. And this is a reason why you don't want to play that fast-paced game against Evil Geniuses. They can win the challenges, they can better position, and that's 1-0 to EG.
Yeah, I want to see what happened to Relly. Yeah, he just got caught in the blue net and just couldn't get back in time. Really needed Alpha to buy him a little bit of extra time on that challenge in the midfield, and unfortunately couldn't do that. Tried to play aggressive again, since it seemed to work out so well for them there in that game number 1. Unfortunately, that one just backfired.
Go up to G. And leave it for Classics, who's grabbed himself some boost. It's a very awkward angle for him to work with, so he's going to pull in Corrupted G, levers it straight down the middle, and that's a strike and a half.
That is absolutely one. Relly here goes get that midfield boost, and it just doesn't jump at it. He jumps at it way too late. I think he's too focused on the ball, and he doesn't realize that Classics is coming up to take that one away. And it's just not looking that little bit of extra distance ahead to see what's coming up next.
Off the backboard, and Onset's prediction might very well be coming true here.
He just took a bow. It was great. It's a clean kickoff, though. Both teams have been favoring this cheat up. And, you know, the timing worked out a little bit better for Evil Geniuses. Drove straight into it, and they'll just take it into the net. But there's really not too much going on here in this first minute, other than a couple of solid challenges from EG, and Relly and Alpha have just not been in position to get it.
They look to try and pick up their first goal here, but Classics tapping it to the side. Follow-up from Alpha. We're going to try and set up Relly, but will not be there for the shot. And it's actually something, especially in a twos environment, EG are known within the RLCS as the kickoff team. Like, they have got more kickoff goals than any other team.
How many more? Do you know off the top of your head out of curiosity?
I know more, okay? And that is a strong number to me.
That is a strong number, I agree.
They were scoring plenty against G2 during the RLCS Grand Finals. Oh my goodness, what a save, but it will not be enough. And Relly will turn that one in.
A heroic effort from Corrupted G. But man, unfortunately, you know, the bar is a cruel mistress, and it goes both ways, offense and defense. And that one keeps it right on the line for Relly.
So 3-1. Once again, having 4 goals scored pretty early in the game.
Yeah, do you think he takes his nosedive again?
Not with Ducks down right now. There's no way they can allow the pace to slow down.
That's true.
For Evil Geniuses, it's all going to be about picking away at the holes. That might just open up in the Ducks' defense. Corrupted G misses, though, and that should be this offense over. But Alpha is really struggling to find something to do here. Might have almost given away a goal. Relly looks to go high. Corrupted G already there. This has happened a few times to Ducks, where they're just not quite looking where Evil Geniuses have placed their players. Keep putting the ball straight towards them. Alpha, out to the side. Bounces it straight out. Relly, with the power clear, can try and follow up his own touch, but that rolling shot is going to make life very difficult, but what a setup that was. Even better was Classic's ability to read it and just followed it on its way down.
That was the brilliant part. You're like, it's a very difficult read to make on the rolling ball, and he just nailed it. And Alpha Kip unfortunately lost a little bit of faith and not punished. Classics goes high.
Corrupted G. Want to race for the ball? Or race for the boost, actually. Classics just trying to cause some mayhem in this final third. Evil Geniuses have really stepped up the pace here. Trying to steal as much boost as possible. Then they've got 3 of the 4 from the orange side onwards. Relly there. That's players committed as well. This should be 3-2. It's incredible. You know what? I'll give credit to that. That is a great pass.
And you know, I'm almost not surprised he nailed it, considering he nailed the read off that top corner earlier. I think he's more disappointed that that didn't go in.
I mean, that's a no-loss scenario. The only way that goes wrong,
if you like kick it high or something.
Yeah, you kick it into the
the corner or above the net or something where it gives EG more time to recover.
The only way it sucks for you is if it rolls up.
Yeah.
Which is unlikely. That is a great touch right there. Classics. Nice challenge, though, from him. Too much time given once again by Ducks. 1 goal in this.
Well, they do have plenty of time to come back. I don't think they're too concerned. As long as they don't give up another one, I think they feel pretty decent about their chances.
Rally. He's got that 1v1. You automatically saw Alpha looking for the demo, but Corrupted G already moving forward to try and challenge. Classics.
Really stuck on no boost
Getting
here.
a good one. Corrupted G. He's got time, and he's gonna lever that one. 0 boost means you've got 0 chance.
0 boost is 0 chances, right? You got to make a decision right now as that ball's floating into the corner. Really drove out. He's like, I'm going to go get it. Grabbed the 11 boost and took his chances in the net. And you know, assuming
he'd already lost that situation. 0 boost. He wasn't getting out to that ball. That was already done.
Pretty much. And Corrupted G, you know, if he's going to botch one, it's not going to be that one.
No. Alpha, he's got it past, and Corrupted G is nothing but a bystander. Ducks, it looked like they could have been out of this game for a second, but Alpha pumps life in.
It goes both ways. A nice hard cut. That's a clean figure S.
He's beat 2 of them with 1 touch.
Left and right, and that was good night. Corrupted G getting ready to push forward, expecting Classics to win that challenge, and just caught out of position for the second cut back. And they're right back in it. If you're Ducks.
This is a much different game to what we saw in the previous one. A goal fiesta. 7 goals. We've got a minute left. Ducks, they're going to try and make it 8, but that is Corrupted G. That hurts.
That absolutely hurts. Heads up play from Corrupted G, though. I mean, oh, yeah, just clips Relly. The funny thing is, I don't even think he planned on hitting Relly until Relly just drove out in front of him, and then he says, oh, hey.
It's the magnet power-up from Rumble, but his version of it is powering up and moving towards the opponent's cars. Corrupted G. Alpha's gone up. He's not going to get anywhere near that one. I don't think he's Corrupted G. I was expecting that to happen. Classics. Back out. Corrupted G just going to try and wait for a mistake. Alpha looking to try and follow this one up, but the boost did not turn up for him.
Wow.
And the mid boost stolen away from Corrupted G.
No, you got it. Corrupted G got that boost.
All the way back out. I mean, Classics. He's got the infield pass as an option. Well read. This time around, it's all about boost, though, and I don't know if there's that much available. 25 currently, all the way over to 100. They've got to pick up a goal, and they've got to pick it up now.
Man, such proactive defense.
All the way back out. Time is ticking away. Ducks are making a real fight of this, and it wasn't the blowout that we've got used to in Game 2. But Evil Geniuses will take it.
And really, you got to give it to Corrupted G. You know, 4 goals, 1 assist. Did a lot of great work. Unfortunately, if you're Ducks on Quack, you're kind of sitting there thinking, okay, why did we get beat? And you're saying we lost a couple of really critical challenges in the midfield, a couple of free goals early on. The kickoffs really went in EG's favor, that one as well. And it all kind of just combined for that 2-goal cushion there at the end.
Question to you, gentlemen, both of you. What are Ducks on Quack doing so well now to make this so difficult for EG?
I mean, for me, I think it's their ability to shut down a lot of the passing between Corrupted G and Classics. They're not being caught out by any of the passes they're really doing. They're able to react very well to what EG is bringing to them on offense, and I think it's making it a much closer game than Evil Geniuses would like.
Yeah, I think, I mean, there's nothing else I would say really than they are very good at this, whatever they're doing. I mean, there's no specific strategy being employed. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, make one up for them. They're just playing good, sound Rocket League. The problem is right now is they're taking on a team that plays fantastic Rocket
And they're not
League.
getting caught out very much.
And they're not. I mean, I feel like for Ducks on Quack, this is some very good performances for them. They've just got to somehow perform above their level in the hope that Evil Geniuses play below theirs.
Yeah, they're playing up very well. The problem is, can you convert that to wins?
Well, Evil Geniuses managed to take that game. Now the series is tied up at 1-1. Evil Geniuses do seem to be growing into the series a little bit more, though. We did see them create more in that game than maybe we did in that game number 1. Ducks on Quack, though, I mean, it's a tough one for them now because they've taken that game number 1. I feel like they might have expended quite a lot of energy in that game number 1 as well, especially if you're going up against a team like Evil Geniuses. You know, you guys were good enough to put your hands up and say, I'm not too sure of who these players are. They have put their names on the map a little bit, but when you put so much into a game number 1, the longer the series goes on, especially if you lose that game number 2, if they lose this game number 3, you kind of fear that the series could be over before they really get the opportunity to send it any further.
Well, it could, but again, I still don't think we've seen, the top end of what Evil Geniuses is capable of. It's like game 1 was, kind of a drudge to get through.
Yeah.
Game number 2 is maybe 1 or 2 notches up, and it's what do we get here in game number 3? Do we go back down to game number 1, or does EG continue to apply that pressure and really force them to make some tough decisions on defense? And that's where you're really going to see what Ducks are capable of.
Yeah, I mean, when we look at EG, we spend 50% of the time seeing what they're doing on the ball, but you also have that other eye on who's off the ball, because EG have probably got some of the most active off-the-ball players. We've seen a lot, especially in the Universal Open, where we've seen a lot of 2v2 teams where one player is on the ball and the other person's waiting behind. This is not Evil Genius' style. That other person is always looking to steal boost or hit someone.
Well, let us know at home, of course, who you think is going to take this game number 3. A very interesting series between these two teams. Tied up at 1-1 at the moment. Of course, use the hashtag UOS2 to get in touch and let us know who you think is going to win this, how you think the rest of the bracket is going to progress as well. But game number 3, gentlemen, this is a big swing game. I mean, I'm kind of feeling that Evil Geniuses might step their game up a little bit in this one.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, they really stepped up in the last one. Going to look to try and continue exactly that, but really...
Okay. Right back into it.
I mean, it's a theme of the day, early goals in games, and we're going to keep that theme going.
Yeah, Classic's not the greatest clear. Got it off the undercarriage and up above the net, not cleanly into the corner. And justly punished. Not much to say beyond that.
Can't afford to make too many mistakes. Notice this week more than any other week, sort of the teams that are coming in as the underdogs, so to speak, have been much more proactive than what we've seen in previous weeks. Sometimes it really has been, we've seen a lot of teams sort of resigned to the fact that they might lose.
Oh
But
my goodness.
This is some great play from Ducks. They're willing to take this ball down and see what damage they can do to the Evil Geniuses defense.
And I actually really like that. I like that Alpha and Relly, both of them, seem very confident in the dribble plays, They're saying, hey, this is what I know I'm good at. And they're saying, can you stop me, Classics and Corrupted G? I love that.
It's something that also annoys me a little bit when you see teams, they get this opportunity against, RLCS or a rival series team, and they play a completely different style to how you know they would regularly play. What have you really learned from playing that? Even if you go ahead to lose, what have you really learned by playing a completely different style against that sort of team? Not really much of anything. Because you don't now know how your regular play actually stacks up.
Ooh,
that is a big no-no, but Alpha keeping that one out of the net, and Relly will be very thankful for that one.
To say the least, yeah. And I like the Ducks on Quack. They've got a little bit of pressure here. Corrupted G, he's just having to bomb that one away because Classics isn't set on defense. The Evil Genius is kind of at the mercy here of Ducks on Quack, and can they convert anything out of it?
Classics tries to barrel straight through Alpha. Classics will be beat to that one. Corrupted G all the way back, though. Putting forward just a loose ball. He might actually get the follow-up. Corrupted G, his original touch was just to get Classics back into the position. Managed to get much more than that, though, and almost managed to get their first goal of the game. Classics, he's got to really feather this one out. Maybe 20 more boosts, he could have had that.
Good luck, even if he did.
It's a tough shot to make, but
Yeah.
I've seen Classics make harder.
Isn't that such an insane thought, You've seen people make way harder shots than that one.
It's scary. It's very scary, especially when you see roughly where the skill cap of Rocket League is going. We still don't know where it's going to end.
Yeah, it's like, what's next? Ooh, nice bump. Classics is hoping boost is there, and it's off the post. No, you got to put that one in.
Classics, zero boost, sort of strolls his way to the ball. No sweat off his brow. I'm sure he always knew that the post was there to help him.
Easy read.
Corrupted G by himself. Alpha actually backed off from that one, and that was the wrong decision to make. Corrupted G, you do not let him shoot.
Absolutely. Again, if he's going to botch one, it's not going to be that one. And that's what we touched on at the beginning. EG is going to say, hey, save this one. And that time they don't. They score it for him.
I believe that's the first major mistake I've seen from Ducks in defense.
Yeah.
First unforced error,
For
so
sure.
to speak. Alpha flicks early, and there's Corrupted. He's going to take yet another shot. Now straight to the middle. There's Classics. It's a slow one. And Alpha will be happy for that because he was backwards. There was not much range of motion he had available to him. Now, Rally.
Dribbles.
I think Alpha has not quite been informed yet that Corrupted G had broken away and taken that original dribble attempt.
I really want to know why Relly tried to hit Corrupted G there instead of just grabbing his boost, because now they're going to be boxed into their own half here for a little bit.
Alpha.
Or they can, you know, make a miss in the midfield and go on offense. I stand corrected.
Well, they're certainly out. There's a shot on
and they will
target.
score.
Classics right into the middle of him. Corrupted G now to the other end of the pitch. Trying to force the challenge. They just ran out of boost. 1-1, 90 seconds left here. This really is anyone's to take. Corrupted G over the top. Boost being stolen now. Evil Geniuses looking to just have a Python-like grip, and there is the shot. Not quite in, though. Evil Geniuses, that was textbook from them.
For sure.
And they still couldn't quite get it in.
And now you're really starting to just see them push the ball up the field, chase it down. They don't care if Ducks are going to get a touch on it. They're going to be right there in the midfield ready to challenge it.
Taking their time.
Wow.
Ducks, I don't know if this is low boost or low confidence. They don't want to go out anywhere here. Alpha by himself.
He had 87 boost just waiting in the net there.
Ducks, looks like they're trying to wait for one big mistake from Evil Geniuses that they can capitalize on. They've managed to do this once.
Oh, there's a chance. No, Alpha rushed it a little bit.
Alpha trying to keep this one going. He's on 0 boost now. He's given up. Evil Geniuses just need to try and find one small gap in the defensive armor.
I think we hit OT.
For the second time today in this series. Classics actually got hit. There's no follow-up. And there's going to be eventually just a little bit quicker, just a little bit more confidence from Ducks, and they would have taken this game, but now it's past them. Heartbreak for Ducks on Quack as Evil Geniuses have very well secured game number 3.
How did really he just turned away from the ball. Like he was headed.
That was inexperience. I think we just saw inexperience be the difference maker in the final 30 seconds. They've got one chance to do something here, but they're against the Evil Geniuses kickoff.
Wow.
They couldn't do anything with it.
Literally, all he had to do was hit the ball.
Oh, really?
And you're in overtime.
Really? You're going to want that one back, my friend. But unfortunately, I think you summed it up perfectly. Inexperience, unfortunately, might have just cost them that one game. But again, Evil Genius is made to work so hard for that win. You're looking at the scores right now of the game. They're up 2-1 in the series. They now have a series point, but game number 1, Ducks on Quack took that one 3-2. Game number 2 was 5-3. And it was only sort of a couple of goals towards the end there when, you know, Ducks and Quack were chasing the game. And then 2-1 with a mistake at the end to cost the game. I mean, this is a real series, gentlemen. We didn't know who Ducks and Quack were before this series. We know about them now, right now.
Yeah, and you know, are we in the lower bracket right now, or are we still in the upper
We're in the
bracket?
upper. We're in the upper for the rest of the broadcast.
Okay. Because that's good to know. Because it would be a shame if this were a lower bracket match and this was all we were going to get to see of Relay and Alpha Cap.
See, the main question would have been, who would have knocked out Evil Geniuses?
Yeah, I know, right? So, like, hang on, what did we miss? But
look at that save. This really is a war of attrition between these two teams.
Absolutely.
There's been so many close games.
That was so close.
And this war of attrition just came down to the final 30 seconds. Ducks on Quack.
It doesn't look any better every time we see it.
But I understand. I empathize with the thought process. You're thinking to yourself, we could go for... I mean, this all started with the shot earlier on that they just didn't go for. Yes, you can go for it. Yes, you can score. But you can tell the thought in their mind was, what if we don't? What if we miss this and we've got no one back?
But they haven't. That's the crazy thing. They haven't taken that approach for the previous 3 games at all.
Yeah, well, it changes though. Those final 30 seconds, it just changes everything. You just go, okay, any other time in the game, we can make a comeback. We've got time to make a comeback. We make that mistake now,
that's the crazy thing.
We can't do it.
They didn't have to make a comeback. That's the crazy thing. It was just like, look, it absolutely is inexperience, and that's what hurts me so much. Because it's like, it's easy for me to sit here and be like, why would you ever turn away from that ball? But I'll bet you if I'm in that game, I might do the same thing.
I bet you right now,
decisions going through your mind. The last 30 seconds.
I bet you anything achieves. I put you on there.
I bet I do the same thing.
And I say, all right, you do this. I want you to hit this basic aerial. But there's $100,000 on the line. You are balking that aerial.
I'm a stud, baby. I know that one.
All of a sudden, your controller gets that. It becomes about this big in your hands.
Hands get real slick. thumbstick, sweaty, just can't hold on, man.
But, I mean, one thing they can take away from that game is that experience. I mean, it's not a positive one, but it's one of those things you can turn into a positive, because when you find yourself in that situation next time, you know how to deal with that situation.
Yes.
And that's the great thing about these tournaments.
Well, you have to make those mistakes to learn from those mistakes, and I can guarantee you, next time they're in that position, they won't hesitate. They're going for that shot. They now know that, okay, that wasn't the correct decision to make, but this is the great thing about high-level competitive Rocket League, is they now know, don't do that again. And you're seeing, whilst you're watching this, players evolve and learn, and I'm hoping they'll take that one to heart.
Well, it's a real chance for them to... they've already made a name for themselves, in my opinion. One of the most impressive performances from two players we weren't too sure about before the Universal Open got underway. But Evil Geniuses, they're now on the series point, and they're looking forward to moving into the bracket. Will Ducks on Quack send this to a game number 5? Let's find out, gentlemen.
Absolutely will. And the winner of this will be next seen on Thursday. And they'll be taking on the winner of this next series that'll be on your screens. That is going to be Allegiance versus King Doom.
King Doom.
So that's going to be an interesting one, but right now we have got a very interesting one on our hands. Evil Geniuses, great infield pass, and Corrupted G. His shooting, I don't think he's hit a single shot that has not been right next to the crossbar.
It's so clean. There was the one where he punted it off the crossbar, but, you know, we all do that. But either way, no chance. If you're on Ducks on Quack there, you're not saving that one. Unless he shoots it right at you.
Alpha. Got it up top. He's got 2 players back to try and beat. You know he's going to give it a good go, though, but Classics just there in time. Evil Geniuses, they're always employing the same defensive strategy. Send someone for a challenge, hold someone back for the reaction save. And it's worked pretty much every single time for them.
Nice
That's
challenge.
Just game knowledge there, game IQ, reading the play incredibly well. Infield.
I don't know why he went for that. That was just could have been better off just dribbling
style
it back.
points.
Yeah.
Okay, he could.
You know, he's in the Dominus. I understand. I would have done the exact same thing.
Alpha back to the side. Corrupted G. He can just take this under his control. I think he's got too much to work with, though. Relly.
Oh, they hand him
He's
one.
giving it straight back over to Corrupted G. Some inter-team team play.
Oh, it's a race, and Corrupted G will win it.
Alpha's first touch. He went between 2 different minds there, trying to race Corrupted G to the goal. And then he just tried to force a block. It was never going to be able to go both ways. Relly. Forcing the challenge this time. Corrupted G backwards.
Nice
Relly.
play.
He's got on his hood. He's got 0 boost, though. Never quite got the ball far enough back on the card to go for a proper flick. (1-0) still. Evil Geniuses. You know, in this position right now, they would love to go back to that game 1 pace.
And it's kind of an interesting thing you're seeing from Alpha Cap and Riley as well. It's like they haven't made a name for themselves being incredibly flashy or anything, or like, you know, crushing Corrupted G in Classics. They've made a name for themselves demonstrating that they have a firm grasp of the fundamentals of Rocket League.
It's kind of interesting what they're trying to go for right now. The strategy that we mentioned earlier on for Evil Geniuses of just keep hitting it and wait to see if something will break. Well, Ducks on Quack just took 5 consecutive shots trying to see whether or not Evil Geniuses could get boost starved or just make one of those mistakes, and it just simply didn't happen. Now up high. There might be 2 players committed, and Classics is just guiding Alpha away. He's going to try and go for a demo. I think Classics might have just guided Alpha straight towards his teammate. Now Relly. This is a big question from him. Can he keep that away? And he's actually kept it right next to the wall. That's crucial. He has 0 boost. His teammate has got 0 boost.
But they play it expertly.
Yes, this is...
And that's exactly it. It's your test of, do your fundamentals match up with Corrupted G and Classics? Yes, I think we'd both agree they're mechanically better than Relly and Alpha Cap, but if you can play sound fundamentals, you stand a pretty decent chance.
If you can keep it as a fundamental game, keep the ball pretty center, as the ball has been, then you don't allow those advanced mechanics to come in play. You don't allow Evil Geniuses to utilize what they know and you don't.
Nice demo.
Another demo. Classics. Don't know if that was a shot or a pass, either way. Riley will try and see that one out. Still 1 goal. Evil Geniuses Get the demo. That's going to be number 2.
And
I've got to say, this is an incredibly relaxed affair from Evil Geniuses.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of just like, all right, look, these guys clearly know what they're doing. Let's put them through, pretty much every scenario you could possibly think of and see how they react. And, finally they get one in a no-win scenario. It's up above your net. You've got ball cam on. You're staring up, trying to make the read, and Corrupted G's right behind him for the demo. You finally get put in that no-win scenario, and they get it right back. Alpha Kep out of the corner, makes them all miss, look like fools. They're back within 1.
I feel like there's a timer, a super meter of sorts on Alpha Kep. Where he just keeps having one really good individual play per game. We saw him with the cut earlier on where he took it past both Classics and Corrupted G.
The wake-up super?
Pretty much. Don't press buttons. 1 minute left now. Ducks on Quack. Just need that one opportunity, that one strike to bring themselves back into this game. Alpha, will it be his?
Ooh, it's too high.
If he had that on target, he could really have tested. I think Corrupted G could have at least covered the net anyway, but that might be a mistake. Classics following it up, and has picked up the boost. Ducks on Quack. Got 30 seconds now. Ball over the top. Ceiling available. Classics still went for it. Every single challenge that Evil Geniuses not even win, just pull someone out from, could be the end. And 21 seconds left. 2 goals to the better. Evil Geniuses. This is an experienced play. This is an experienced series we've seen them play. Ducks on Quack have played incredibly well, but Evil Geniuses, it doesn't look like for a second they've panicked.
Yeah, no, they really haven't. There's been a couple of great plays from Alpha Kep and Relly, but other than that, it's really, again, exactly what I hinted at earlier. It's been Evil Geniuses running them through the ringer, every possible scenario. How about an air dribble from midfield off the sidewall just to see if they get flustered? They run into each other, and it's a free goal.
It's just great play.
Oh, they don't even run into each other. They just miss.
I think Corrupted G just wanted to try and get a goal from a different place on the map. They're pretty much all in one fixed spot.
Pretty much right in front of the net,
yeah. It's going to be the fake kickoff to end. All right, let's see what you've got here. It's been a long time since I saw a competitive fake kickoff work. It's going to be a little while longer.
The worst part is that I'd already put the line through the game as if it was over after that previous Corrupted G goal before the air dribble off the sidewall, so that's what I'm really upset about.
I am quite impressed, though, is that Evil Geniuses managed to steal, I believe, every single boost.
Did they?
Pretty much. There's going to be one more. Corrupted G. Oh, I feel most sorry for Achieves here. He's got to get back into the stats. He's going to have a big old frowny face when he's back on camera. He's not happy. He's not happy. But I'll tell you who is going to be happy. Evil Geniuses. They're moving on. We'll see them on Thursday.
We will. I'm happy.
I'm happy
as well. But
that
look
was
at
a
that
good
man.
series.
He's a broken man. If you could see, it's all very organised in front of Achieves. It's all very, rulers for lines, that sort of thing, and having to scrub out a number and rewrite
Unacceptable.
I'm not going to lie.
Corrupted G, unacceptable.
He'll probably pull that page out of his thing and rewrite it later. Is probably what's going to happen. But Evil Geniuses, they take our series, but Ducks on Quack, I mean, a great performance from them across the board. Very solid fundamentals, like you mentioned. But I want to give some credit here to Evil Geniuses. They didn't get flustered at all during that series, even with the team coming in and performing as well as they did against them. They just stuck to what they know, and they took the series in a very controlled manner.
Yeah. I mean, we came out of game number 2 and just said, look, Evil Geniuses, if they just play a normal game, they have got the better mechanical skill, they've got the better positioning. They just have to play a regular game. And that's all they did. They just treated this like this was any other matchup for themselves. Didn't let themselves get flustered. They lost a game. Cool. They've lost loads of games before. They can take that one on the chin and just keep moving on.
And that's kind of the interesting thing as well. Is like we expected, a lot of demos from Corrupted G and Classics. That happened, maybe a couple times.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is because Ducks on Quack took it to such a fundamental route, the most textbook style of 2v2 between two teams, I think that Classics and Corrupted G just realized that we don't have exactly the option of doing that. It's too risky. And they said, look, if they want to play that way, we'll beat them at their own game. And that's where all the credit in the world goes to Evil Geniuses. You say, look, that's how you want to play, we'll beat you at it.
Well, good news is we had 22 goals during that series. So thanks to our fantastic partners over at Soylent. That means 220 meals will be going to the World Food Programme USA. And if you want to get involved, of course, the same site as before, head over to wfpusa.org/universal open. A fantastic cause. And thank you very much to the guys over at Soylent for being involved. 220 meals, gentlemen. A fantastic thing. But let's think about the bracket now, because, of course, we've got to have a quick look at the bracket, how everything's moving along again, and see how things are updated there. So let's do exactly that right now. You can see that result we've just had there. Evil Genius is 3-1. That means that Ducks on Quack will fall down to the lower bracket there, where they'll be taking on TBA. Other games that are waiting for us in that lower bracket as well. Uncharted versus Vape Noise. That's where they are. And then you can see the results from the upper bracket as well. Evil Genius is moving on to Thursday and one game away now from qualification. So the teams we're expecting to move through have moved through. However, Evil Geniuses, they've had a tough path through to make it to Thursday.
Yeah, but I don't think any of us expected them to not be in this position in the upper bracket. Yes, they've had a tough path. They've had to work for it against everyone they played, but that's what you expect out of top teams. Regardless of how tough it is, you expect them to come out on top, and Evil Geniuses have done just that.
One thing that we always want to remind you guys at home, because we love you guys at home, and thank you for joining us, is to use the hashtag UOS2 to send us in your tweets. Anything you want to direct to these guys, let us know. Let us know what you think of Evil Genius's performance in that last series, as well as the guys on Ducks on Quack as well. Let us know what you thought of their performance. Obviously, a bit of a breakout performance from those two players. But that's going to do it all for now. But when we do get back after the break, it's going to be our final match of the day. Don't go anywhere, because it's going to be a doozy.